Japan's oldest surviving prose tale ends with an emperor ordering an elixir of immortality burned. Most retellings stop one scene earlier, when the girl returns to the moon. That ascent is the image everyone remembers. But the tale doesn't end there. It keeps going, down to the people left standing beneath the empty sky, and what one of them decides to do with what she leaves behind. It's called The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, more than 1,000 years old. The tale of Genji later called it the ancestor of all tales. The question it leaves behind is simple, and it doesn't soften with age. What is endless life worth once the reason you wanted it is gone? It opens with an old bamboo cutter who finds a child inside a glowing stalk, no taller than his hand. He raises her as his own. Inside the bamboo, he keeps finding gold. The girl grows in months, not years, into a beauty the whole capital starts trading rumors about. 5 of the highest-ranking nobles lay siege to the house. They've never spoken to her. They've decided, on reputation alone, that she belongs to one of them. So she sets each of them an impossible errand. The begging bowl of the Buddha. A jeweled branch from an island nobody can reach. A robe woven from fire rat fur. Everyone lies, fakes the treasure, and is caught. One suitor, Prince Kuramochi, commissions a fake jeweled branch from master craftsmen and presents it as real. He nearly gets away with it. Then the craftsmen show up at the house unpaid, asking for their fee. The lie collapses. Another, Abe no Mimuraji, pays a fortune for a robe said to be woven from fire rat fur, the one cloth that can't burn. Kaguya tests it the honest way. She drops it in the fire. It's ash in seconds. The sequence plays like comedy, and it's doing something sharper. It's a portrait of powerful men who think status entitles them to a person, and a woman methodically exposing each one as a fraud. Then the emperor himself comes for her. He doesn't send a task. He reaches to carry her to the palace himself. And in his hands, she turns to shadow, then light. There's no body to take. He lets go. Every man here makes one mistake. They reach for her as something that can be taken, and she keeps proving she can't be. The emperor is the only one who learns it. He stops grabbing and starts writing. For about 3 years, they exchange poems. He sends verses to the house. She answers. He never sees her face, never holds her to anything. What he has is a thin thread across a distance he's agreed to keep. He keeps a place at court where he can watch the autumn moon and writes to her under it, year after year. He's the only suitor who stops trying to take her and learns instead to keep the line open. Across those letters, she tells him she's not of this world and can't stay. He tells her that a life without her in it is the longer sentence. Neither can fix it. Both keep writing anyway. That's the part the famous version cuts. He never possessed her. But for years he could still write to her, and she would write back. The bridge was small. It was the only one he had. Then, in her 3rd spring on Earth, Kaguya starts watching the moon and weeping. Her parents press her. She finally tells them what she is. She isn't a traveler from the moon. She was sent down. The tale says she committed some offense in the world above, and being born on Earth was the sentence. So her years with the old couple weren't a visit. They were a term being served. And when the moon comes for her, it doesn't arrive like family. It arrives like a court collecting on a sentence. For the old cutter and his wife, none of this is cosmic. They found a baby and raised a daughter. Now figures of light are coming for her, and there's nothing they can spend or beg to keep her. The emperor sends 2,000 guards to keep her on the ground. It doesn't matter. When the moon envoys descend, they come in a light so total it strips the guards of their sight. The visitors themselves are the eerie part. They feel nothing. They look down at the earth as a soiled, lower place, and they're impatient, telling Kaguya to hurry, as if collecting a debt that's run too long. An army can't stop a door opening in the sky. This isn't a rescue, it's a retrieval. Before they take her, she leaves her last earthly messages behind. Then they bring the feather robe. The tale is careful about what it does. As it settles on her shoulders, her sorrow for the people below begins to fall away. Not erased exactly, set down, like a coat lifted off her by someone behind her. The unbearable part isn't that they take her. It's watching her face go calm. The grief that proves she loved them, smoothed away in front of them, while she's still standing there. She leaves two things written and one thing sealed. A letter for the old couple, a letter for the emperor, and beside his letter a small jar of the elixir of deathless life. The tale treats the elixir as real. That's what makes his choice cruel, not noble. It isn't a fake cure he's rejecting. It's a working one, arriving the morning after the one person it could have mattered for is gone. He reads her last letter. He looks at the cure that would let him outlive everyone, and he decides he wants no forever she isn't in. So the emperor asks his court a strange question. Which mountain in the realm stands closest to heaven? They name one in the province of Suruga, not the tallest on any list, the nearest to the sky. He gives the order. Carry the letter and the elixir to that summit. Take them as close to heaven as a person can climb, and there, burn both. Hundreds of men haul a sealed jar up a mountain so it can be destroyed. The same force that couldn't hold the moon back is now its escort. The army isn't there to fight anything. It's a funeral. At the summit, they unwrap the jar and set it on bare volcanic rock. The wind takes the silk. A torch comes down toward it. He could command soldiers. He could command a mountain. He could command the one medicine on earth that beats death to be carried up and burned. The single thing he couldn't command was her, staying. Go back to the first image. An emperor burning a cure for death. Said quickly, it sounds like wisdom. A man choosing to be mortal. Up close, it's the reverse. He isn't rising above his want for her. He's refusing a world she's been taken out of. That refusal is the first thing the mountain comes to hold. There's a second thing here, about power. Everyone reached for something that couldn't be held. The suitors with their fakes, the guards blinded on the lawn, the emperor with his cure. Power met the one wall it can't move. And there's a third thing, in the mountain itself. The ending isn't only a stoic gesture, it's court poetry. The emperor answers the loss the way a high-end courtier would, with a poem. The poem he's said to send asks what immortality is worth to him now, with his tears unending. He holds the one cure for death and answers it with a verse about not wanting to live. The tale builds the mountain's name out of that grief, through a knot of puns. One on a word for not dying, one on the crowd of soldiers who climbed it, and smoke lifting off the peak toward the sky. That's how the tale reaches the name Fuji, not as settled etymology, but as wordplay, a mountain that means immortality, soldiers, and grief at once, in a period when its summit was still smoking for real. There's an older story that meets the same wall from the other side. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, a grieving king finally finds a plant that restores lost youth. He sets it down to bathe, and a serpent slips away with it. He goes home with nothing. 2 kings, 1 wall. Gilgamesh loses forever by accident and never stops grieving it. Kaguya's emperor is handed forever and destroys it on purpose. One learns he can't keep life, the other that it isn't worth keeping alone. The tale ends by saying the smoke rose into the clouds and never quite stopped. Not because anything immortal survived the fire, because grief had finally found a mountain large enough to carry it.